Hi guys, this week what I decided to talk about is Charles Grandison Finney and his use of the anxious bench at revivals. First, I wanted to mention that according to our course guidelines, historians have to be honest and objective in their research, and I'm going to do my best to do that in my presentation today. I used 3 different sources when I researched this and created my presentation here today. The first is our textbook, and in our textbook, Mark Knoll, he talks about the anxious bench and describes it as a specially designed area in the auditorium in which people are called to the front, and they are going to be called upon by Finney to come to the front, so that way the condition of their souls are going to be prayed upon. Now, the anxious bench has not simply gone away in modern times. We no longer call it the anxious bench at the end of a church service. There is a time where people could go to the front of the church, in a Methodist church, a Presbyterian church, and ask that the minister may pray over something that is weighing on them. However, during the revivals, it was much more of a spectacle. One of the other sources that I'm going to specifically cite here is titled, it's The Anxious Bench, and this is by John Williamson Nevin. This book was written in 1843, and this talks really about the emotional experience that the revivals brought on, and the anxious bench, how crazy and emotional it was. We've heard in our lectures time and time again that most people have never seen a gathering of the size of one of the revivals, for example, at Cane Ridge. And when people were called into the anxious bench, they became very emotional. That experience stuck with people, and Finney knew that was going to stick with people. Even if the religious aspects didn't stick with people, the emotional toll that being in that anxious bench was going to stick with people, and people were going to learn from that experience. And he wanted to use that to his advantage. And in an article, I found the Protracted Meeting Myth, Awakening Revivals and New York State Baptist. This is by Curtis D. Johnson. And in this article, he talks about how Finney used the anxious bench to bring publicity to the revivals. Once again, it wasn't the sole purpose of the anxious bench, but if it's going to help bring people into the meetings, this really amazing experience, why not use it to your advantage to spread the gospel, to bring awareness, and hopefully bring more people to this, to Christianity and the evangelical influence. So in this article, Johnson quotes Finney as saying that often times are necessary, and I'm paraphrasing here, to bring attention to the public mind and to increase interest in these revivals. Oh, excuse me, I bumped my camera. And Finney was really looking for bringing publicity into these revivals. My bibliography is listed here below, both of these sources, and including our textbook. It's a very interesting topic. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my presentation on it. I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing what you guys had to talk about. Thank you guys. Take care.